Today we will be looking at the story of hip-hop, or as some people might call it, rap music. This musical powerhouse is known worldwide today. However, it didn't start out as it seemed today. With the help of my father to interview, I will take you through the different steps the genre went through to get to its popular status. It all started with the Jamaican DJs that came to New York. They brought with them not only their beats, but also their style of calling out or cheering to the crowds during their set. This was to liven up and energize the crowd. Eventually, the DJ started to make their own phrases rhyme and go together with the beat, kind of like the rap we hear today. After that, some people steered away from the DJing and just rhymed to the beat. Well, in a nutshell, this was how rap music was created. This form of music, just being invented, was not very complex and didn't really evolve to the 1980s. This was and is still considered the golden age of hip-hop, where rappers like Rakim and KRS-One were at their peak. By this time, rap music was purely associated with urban, poorer parts of America. It was a way for the people to get out their frustrations of living in the hood in a positive way. For others like Rakim and KRS-One, it was about telling your story, about showing other people where you come from and being proud of it.
People were predominantly in our community. There was a pride in knowing, your history and where you come from, and that was, it sort of had a big influence in hip hop, but also hip hop in return had an influence in that, because those who were taught that, were speaking it in music. And
this conscious era propelled the popularity of rap, and formerly uninterested corporations were starting to see that there was money to be made in this genre of music. This caused them not only to purchase the existing record companies, but to also affect the direction of the music. What was once conscious turned stereotypical or mainstream. This is when shows like Yo MTV Raps came out. It opened up the world to rap music, and this is when you started seeing the genre not only in urban parts, but everywhere around the world. Unfortunately, the introduction of crack cocaine in the late 80s had a big part of rap music, some people would say. The drug turned people into gangsters, for lack of better words. It also gave people different priorities. Instead of bringing people together to celebrate life, people started introducing violence, gangs, and the selling of drugs into their lyrics. This is set to kickstart the gangster rap era of hip-hop.
I think that music had a big change, like in the ushering in of the drug era. Like when people started, cocaine was no longer the main drug in the street. Was crack became the main drug in the street. I think that had a major impact, and you can see the change in the music also. When the drug and the crime became more violent, people seem to think that hip hop, has and it sort of does, but I think that that's what people were being taught, and that's what they knew, so they brought it out into their song, and then in turn, what they was bringing out into their songs was teaching others that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it is the relationship between all.
How would you feel about how do you feel about the constant changes that hip hop has gone through the years? Like, do you think that like it kind of, I don't know, it went up, it went like to like a good place, or like the quality of music kind of went down over the years?
I definitely think the quality, not of music, but the content of the lyrics
okay,
have definitely gone down, or they
in terms
reached
of like
the plateau, and not even reached the plateau. They've actually started to degenerate because, back then, you would actually say something, and something was being said, and the message was being brought across, and what I see nowadays is just a lot of similes and metaphors being made and just matching words together. But at the end of the song is like, what did you say? What was the message of the song? And it's like really has no content. The whole, the song in its entirety had no content. You might have said a hot line or a hot verse or whatever, but in reality, you didn't really, you didn't teach anybody anything.
Would you call hip hop today? I'm sorry. Would you call rap music today real hip hop? Like the like the Tigers and the Lil Waynes and like I don't know, just like the new school hip hop or new school rap music. Would you still call that hip hop?
Yeah, yeah. It's all real hip hop because hip hop is what it is. You know.
Right.
It is what it is. It's it's like water. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you still call it water just because you turned it down, made it cold or made it hotter. Yeah, but it's still water. You know.
Right.
But I mean, it's like, do I like the hip hop? That is the music that hip hop's producing in majority now. In majority, I would have to say no.
Okay.
But I can't deny that it's not, that it's hip hop. That it's not hip hop. It still is hip hop. I don't like the state of hip hop right now. But it is what it is, and it's still hip hop.
This style of music has grown so much since it came to America. It's amazing to see a genre of music expand and change so quickly. To some people for the better, to others for the worse. But it definitely has and will continue to evolve as long as we're here to keep pushing it. Thank you.
When it comes to real hip-hop, I'm the epitome. You call yourself hip-hop? Yo, you must be kidding me. Physically, mentally, and straight lyrically, you're messing with the big time, boy. You just in Little League. Kick the ill shit to spit, you little fella. Spitting then I'm over beats or acapella. It's cold out here, so bring yourself a sweater. Only spit raw, that's all like salmonella. Yeah, cocking loogies on the mic, my flow is tight. Your cheese done take a turn for the worst, and my dough is right. Always alert, you stay sleeping, homie, overnight. That's why I got snacks so big, almost at shoulder height. How you get that? That's called hard work. You got a thug gimmick, I don't think that hard works. Be a persona, hotter than Arizona. If I were you, I wouldn't be leaving your girl solar. Body like Coca-Cola, he's seeking with sonar. Bringing so much smoke, they calling me a stoner. Better fix your chimney if you wanna get with me. But if you can't hang, hop your ass off like you Jiminy. Game full of trickery, fake suckers fidgety. When I get supercharged like a car, I'm infinity. Sit in your misery, witnessing my tyranny. This ain't your scene, bro, like you a devil in a ministry. You gon' remember me every time I hit the beats and shows up your spine with my paranormal entity. You got a couple hits, now you think you can step to me. I hit you in the head, get two bumps like the letter B. I always keep my cool, you fool, don't make me lose it. You turn this game to shame, I blame you, you abused it. If ever there's an out, I shout, you better choose it. While I sit back and keep on killing this chamber music.